Appreciate it. All right, our Will Puckett is in Kentucky right now. Still, here we are more than a week after the floods, and they're still dealing with it. Tonight, Elkhorn City trying to clean up mud and debris by these floodwaters from the creek after massive rainstorms 2 weekends ago now caused it to overflow the banks and flood people out.
And helping cover the floods for one of our stations in Kentucky is our Will Puckett in Pike County today with the story of how quick thinking and planning helped save lives.
Well, the flooding damage is apparent here in Elkhorn City, from washed out roads, a clear overbanking of Elkhorn Creek, to mud and dust and debris nearly everywhere that you turn. But tonight's story is focusing on 12 hours of work at Elkhorn Health and Rehabilitation to make sure all 100 residents in their care were safe as floodwaters crept in. These videos show the force and speed Elkhorn Creek was moving at more than 1 week ago. Fast forward days later, and now folks inside this nursing facility are remembering the sobering hours.
I just want to make sure that they're safe.
Janine Rosser is the administrator here. She and her team spent hours into the night making sure all 100 people in their care were taken to higher ground.
Once it was determined, it was you do this next step, you do the next step, and it kept us calm in a way, even though it was a not so calm situation.
It was people like Stuart Baldridge who were carefully and skillfully loaded up into a bus or an ambulance and moved to either the Life Center in Elkhorn City or Pikeville Medical Center.
I have seen before in previous times of flood that it would come up over the road sometimes and run down the highway, but this one seemed to keep growing and growing.
Mr. Baldridge, who's lived in Pike County all of his life, opted for the Life Center. He says in the midst of the chaos around them, not a single person showed panic as the floodwaters settled in.
They took precautions and got us all out, and they had the regular routine, and everything went perfect.
A plan devised only months earlier in a conference room was put to the test, now being seen as divine intervention and a message to always be prepared.
We've had so many entities that came in here to help us, and I can't thank them enough for that.
It was a roundtable discussion in the month of December talking about if there was a fire on the hillside behind the center, what they would do to evacuate the residents. But it ended up being floodwaters in the month of February that put that plan to the test. And right now, all cards are showing up aces. In Elkhorn City, Kentucky, Will Puckett, WVLT News.
Well, thanks. Water did not get into the building. Everyone was able to return within a day.